Hi. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about LabVIEW. Why I use this LabVIEW? Because I used to work with LabVIEW a lot of years, maybe 15 years total, because I was working in experimental physics. And if you work with an experimental physics, you have to work with data, with signals, and you have to control out the devices outside. So it can be switches, it can be control of motors, temperature, whatever it can be. And LabVIEW for experimental research, for testing and for production also, it can be very very useful and very easy to learn by yourself. So what I have at home, a disk with LabVIEW version. I believe it's already old version, but you can buy in Bangkok. There is a shop for computers, and some big shop. I don't remember the name, but you can buy a disk. It is actually not absolutely legal disk, but you can use it for test, to learn language, and even at your home computer you can do some calculations, and you can work with images also, and with cameras, and any signals. You can control temperature in your room, and etc. And very useful to for any kind of research, I believe. Okay, so we will go to this overview, relatively short. So you see, you will find presentation also in your assignment, and then what is difference of LabVIEW with other computer languages? It is because it is graphical programming. You are not writing code. You are not writing code, but instead you work with graphical objects and some connections, some wires to connect signals, and to get output from these signals, and to the special card or special device which is transforming signal from some devices, transform into the digital form, and then computer works, of course, mostly with digital form, or with these switches like plus and a minus, or 5 volt. It can give output 5 volt or 0, like this. So again, you can use this LabVIEW for your home, and can make heating and cooling system working. It's of course light on and off. Of course, it is very simple, and normally you will not use the computer languages and your computer to control it, but just for teaching, to learn the language. Yeah, you can do it. I work, of course, with much more complicated scientific instruments, and of course, then to work with them, it is really a big help. What is LabVIEW? LabVIEW, it is just short form from Laboratory Virtual Instrument Engineering Workbench. Laboratory Virtual Instrument Engineering Workbench. Okay, this LabVIEW in total. And this is, as I said, graphical programming language. It is used for data acquisition, for instrument control, and signal processing. It is based on graphical language G. And difference with text-based code like C++ and other. So you are not writing code. This is writing a code little bit boring, I believe. Okay, you can learn this, but of course, graphic-based computing is much simpler. So graphic-based code, it has two panels: one front panel interface, and a block diagram, block panel. So you see that if you have this diagram, and you put input here, and would it be integer numbers, or would it be some numbers, binary, or would it be input with floating points, or etc. Then you will have the block diagram, and then here you connect signals, and you make calculations, and you get output as signals or as numbers in the interface, at the front panel. Okay, then every program which you create, it is name of every program. It is virtual instruments. again, instead of using this expensive oscilloscopes and etc., you just work with computer and you have interface, good-looking interface. You have signals like oscilloscope, analog signals, and also calculations, etc. It is so much more flexible and saves a lot of money to work with LabVIEW instead of this standard old-fashioned instruments. Okay, then you have this front panel, as I said, and you have back panel or block diagram, and then it looks like here. It is you can switch between the panels. You just switch it, control. Okay, with switch it. It's easy to switch. I don't remember, control tab maybe or something like this. Okay, back panel represents object in front panel. So and then what you have to do, you have to connect with wires. And how do you create an interface and how to create? You put tools on the front panel, like you can write something, you can make signals, and you can put color that your interface will look good, and also the way how it will work. If it will work cyclically, continuously, or it will work once, etc., etc. So you decide. And then you have these functions at the back panel, and functions, they a lot of great library of functions. These functions are to calculate, to react to the signals, and very huge library of these functions. So, and it is growing, and it's all included to the software, so you can do a lot of interesting things with this. And okay, let's go. So what you need computer. You have to install LabVIEW, but some recent version, and then you need this data acquisition board to get signal from outside and to transform it to the digital signal, and because computer can work only with digital signals. And then you have just normal wires to connect your sensor or connect your some device outside, and then you have to connect it to this board. Okay, then this is the example how to make heating or cooling. Then this is very simple program, and so I will not go to details because it's really easy. And the other program is about to turn on and turn off light. Again, it's the most easy program what you can imagine. And then it is saved. It is saved in the computer as virtual instrument, and then you can use it anytime when you want. And okay, then save with virtual instrument. Okay, that's all. Is very easy. So I recommend you to try to use this LabVIEW, especially if you want to work in industry or in research or testing, or maybe even scientist, to work as a scientist. Then you need this language to work with instruments, and because scientific instruments are quite complicated nowadays, and to work with them better, you need good software, and LabVIEW is the best software for research and for test. Okay, that's all.